Okay, sometimes alcoholic beverages or bottles and organisations have some really succinct things to say. So I had my gin, which was the billy goat, that had a little fairy tale about the trolls under the bridge and how they tried to get across and they couldn't because the troll wouldn't let them. And so they bribed them with gin and made them go to sleep, and they were able to cross the bridge safely. So I've come across this sub-blanc from 19 Crimes. And I thought, 19 Crimes, that's a really strange name. But when you look at it, even the label of it, it shows a convict, right? And it says, each declaration by his majesty to be punishable by convictions by transportation. Now, obviously, Australia right now has been referred to by many people overseas as a convict state, a convict country. Yes, we started with convicts that were deported from the UK right in the middle of the 1800s for their petty crimes, maybe stealing a handkerchief, maybe being a bit of a pocket picker, or maybe stealing a loaf of bread to feed your family. You might have been a prostitute. You may have been a criminal. You may have been somebody that did something immoral or illegal, and their prisons were full. They used to have workhouses back in those days, and they started right up until they finished about the 1910s, 1920s, workhouses. I've gone back through Ancestry.com and I've done my family history, and I found that some of my relatives were in those horrible places, in the workhouses. It's like if you had a crime, instead of being sentenced to jail, you were sentenced to the workhouse, and you were treated like a slave. You were treated like a prisoner slave, but you were given hard labour. So you did, and that's what I think a communist state is going to be like here in Australia. We'll be the ones, if you're not vaccinated and if you break any law or you don't have sufficient funds or enough credits, social credits, to get your way in life, then you'll be the one cleaning the public toilets, sweeping the streets, picking up the rubbish. We think it's all going to be artificial intelligence. I don't think so. I think it's going to be human labour until we're dead, until they wear us out. Machines need, at the end of the day, a machine doesn't need a pay, it doesn't need a break, it doesn't need any severance pay, it doesn't need anything like that, but it still needs repairs and maintenance. And that costs time and money, and it means humans have to go in and fix it. They don't want that. They want us all gone. So they will wear us down to where we're not able to survive. Once we're all done and dusted, the artificial intelligence will come in and take over. It's seen in all the movies. It's all there. It's predictive. It's going to happen. And I don't know what we're going to do to stop it. At the end of the day, I don't fear death. I'm not going to welcome it when it happens, but I don't fear it. And I will not succumb to any of those tyrannical behaviours and mindset that they have. It's all about the future of the children. Without children, there is no future. Do you not understand that? With no kids, there is no future. They are our future. They are their own future. It's a self-replicating thing. If the cycle of life stops, life stops. So look at that picture. "19 Crimes. What does it say here? 19 Crimes turned convicts into colonists. There you go. Upon conviction, British rogues guilty of at least one of 19 crimes were sentenced to live in Australia rather than death. So they had the punishment or the penalty. You can be hung for stealing a loaf of bread, or you can be a criminal and sent through to the colonies in Australia and take your fate and your chances. Is that not what's happening with the vaccines? So are we not in exactly the same situation? It shouldn't be 19 vaccines, it should be 4 jabs. Because we have the AstraZeneca, the Pfizer, the Moderna, and whatever else they want to oppose upon us. Well, there you go. You can read that. Guilty of at least one of the 19 crimes, was sentenced to death or to live in Australia. For the rough known prisoners who made it to shore. See, it was even a battle to even get to the shore, because they all were put under deck. And what happened to them back then? They were not given any vitamin C. They were not allowed sunlight. They all got scurvy. Do you know what scurvy is? When you don't get enough vitamin C or vitamin D, you don't get enough nutrients to sustain a normal life. A plant would die. Humans we're very reliable. We were the labour force here. Oh, honestly, this is just making me see more and more and more. What's happening to us is exactly what happened then. Except we're not committing crimes. We're just, if you don't take the vaccine, then you're going to be one of these people. One of these 19 crimes. Or the 4 crimes, the 3 crimes, whatever they are. That will be us. I haven't tried this wine yet. I don't know if it tastes anything. If it tastes all right or not, I don't know. But there you go. What does it say? 19 crimes of Block honours these brave contributions. I wouldn't say they're contributions. They were taken. They weren't contributed. They weren't given freely. They were taken. They were stolen. So I don't know who's done this wine. I'm going to have to look in to see who it is and see if who they're owned by. Proclamation. Have you ever seen, and this is from 2020. This is a year ago. Have you ever seen wine with a label like this on it? I saw it wasn't super expensive. I think it was like $15. I might have got 2 for $20. Obviously, it's not very good, but I saw it and I said, I've got to get it because this is just too prophetic. It's just too ironic that this is the stuff that I'm looking into online, and this is then in my face when I go to the bottle shop. I had nothing but to do it. But there you go. Living wine label. Download the living wine labels. I call that a living wine. Based on crimes and being treated like a slave. A criminal slave. Because you didn't comply. Either that or death. Lovely choices, hey. But anyway, take care, look after your family, look after your friends, and I'll let you know what it tastes like. Okay? Bye.